Hey everybody, this is video number 2 of the die rotor upgrade stuff. I'm not going to put any boards or anything in it. This is just what I personally use. If you haven't seen the last video, you might want to go watch it. It's how to install the actual virtue crown for the rotor, not the the one where you cut the ends off of it and place it under there, because yeah, that's just a waste of a good virtue crown. Just go buy one of these. It's like $25. If you ever break your crown, you don't have to go buy a whole nother setup. You can just buy the crown itself. So yeah, because the die speed feeds suck. Now I've already taken apart taken the screws out of this just to save time, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop it open for you. Pop it open. Let's just set that aside for now. Won't need it for a while. Since I already took the screws out, it's got the 5 screws. There, and there. It just slides out after you take the screws out. Now, I already did pop out the little windows, but if you don't know how to take them out, there is 2 little tabs kind of right here. You can probably see them better from the outside. Those 2 little tabs, there and there, you just push those out to where it pops out, and you can see where they're kind of opened up. All you gotta do is grab it and slide them forward. Sometimes they do get a little bit difficult to push out. So I mean, just be careful and don't break them. I don't know why, but every time I've tried to, when I took out the red windows, it took me forever. I almost broke them. But yeah, I'm having trouble with this. There we go. There's 1. There we go. There's 2. Now that you have this out, you can just toss it. You don't need it anymore. I mean, you can use it for something if you want to. Got a little paint in here. You can use it, like I put the red on it just so I have a regular sized top shell, Use this with the green lid and the red windows. Looks pretty badass. I mean, now that you have this, well, first, before we do this, you can see the size difference. You can definitely tell that this is your high cap and this is your standard. You can definitely tell that they're one fairly bigger than the other. You'll be able to tell it better once I put the windows and everything in it. Some people think it looks kind of dumb just because you have this big gap right here. I like it. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me what it looks like, just as long as it works. So, slide the windows in. You put them on the little grooves. You got to make sure they're on the grooves or they won't go in right. Put them in the grooves, slide them forward, and push down those little tabs. You'll hear it snapping and it'll look smooth once it's done. And then do the same thing on the other side. Take it, slide it on, and snap it down. Now you've got your windows on, so you can tell it's already much bigger. Now you take your I don't know what they call this, the top piece, I don't know. Take your screws, and you'll notice with this one that I have a screwdriver. That's because when you buy a color kit from Die, they don't send you the nice Allen keys like they do with the regular size, with the regular rotor. But this is just with the color kit. You get these Phillips heads, and they feel much cheaper. Just screw, and the color kit, if you'll notice in here, it's got these little brass threads. I already said this in the other video, but in case you don't go watch it, this one has these brass little threads in it so you don't strip them. This one doesn't, it's just plastic, so you have to be very careful when screwing this in, or you may break it. It's really easy if you have a magnetic screwdriver like this, makes it much easier to put them in. Just screw it in to where it's snug. Just, you don't want to break it, because once you break it you can't really fix it. screw that in there. You just got 2 more in the back. Sorry you guys are having to watch this, but you know, whatever. You'll live. A little tip when you're putting this back on is push this little tab up in the back and it snaps down much easier. I don't know why it just does, but yeah, if you don't do that, what I just did, you won't be able to get the screw in because it's too far away. Put the screw in, showing you all this up here, put the screw in there, and put your other screw, last one, in here. And you can do this installation in like 5 minutes. Not something I'd recommend to do at the field, just because of all the little screws that you'll have out. You know, don't want to lose any of them. But now, there's your high cap shell installed, and here's what it's going to look like on the rotor, the main part of the rotor. You can tell it's much taller, like in the back. You can tell it's a much larger area. It actually doesn't add much on the top. First, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to put that much like extra height to it. But this is the rotor that I use all the time. I have a Leopard rotor. I actually got that rotor for 60 bucks. It's really nice. So I mean, if you're thinking, you know, the rotor doesn't hold enough paint, go buy one of these. And I definitely recommend the Virtue crown. This is the ultra soft white crown. Definitely recommend this one. Virtue crown over the die speed feed. There's the hard crown. There's a lot of break-in time with it. When I used one on my Halo when I had it, and I'd have to put the pod over and shake my whole gun to get the paint to go in just because it's so stiff. These, it's really not a break-in time at all. Just like maybe after like 4 pods, you know, of paint going in, be broken in. If you really think it won't be broken in, just like stick a pod, take it and just stick a pod in it so it pushes it down a little bit, you know. But I usually put a pod in the other way so it doesn't, you know, like I've seen some of them, they go so far in that there's a big hole in them. I usually put a pod in the other way. But yeah, the link for the video of how to install this is in the description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, comment, and all that fun stuff. Thanks.